Yeah, hot enough for you? Talking about me. Well, the Democrat Party's favorability has hit a 35-year low, with only 33% of voters viewing them favorably. To improve their popularity, they're planning to change their name to Sydney Sweeney's Boobs. Over the weekend, the United States Postal Service celebrated its 250th anniversary. If you didn't get the invitation, it's because they mailed it. New research says lifting weights can help fend off erectile dysfunction. After hearing the news, Bill Clinton attached a dumbbell to his penis. In a documentary, Billy Joel denied claims he had gotten DUIs when he got into 3 separate car crashes, explaining he was in a mental fog due to 9/11. Yeah, and mental fog is why Jesse Waters forgot to tip at every meal since January 6th. 20 protesters showed up for a rally in support of Stephen Colbert outside the CBS building. Well, at least we know what became of those vaccine dancers. According to Politico, President Trump and French President Macron often have bromance chats on the phone. What can I say? I like older men, said Macron. He does. He looks like a mentor. On Saturday, Dan Bongino posted a message on X saying, since coming to the FBI, he's seen things that, quote, shock him to his core and changed him forever. The same was said by Joy Behar's team of waxers. Rashida Tlaib posted a video of herself banging a metal pan with a spoon. Some say it was to show her support of the Palestinians. Others say it was her way of telling everyone that she's out of kibble. Isn't it cute? It works. Finally, researchers in California called off a plan to block the sun's rays by creating man-made clouds. But if we really need to create man-made clouds, just ask this guy. Why not? All right. Another week and another poll shows the Democrats' party favorability dropping to its lowest rating in decades. It's a far cry from the glory years of a Bill Clinton when the only thing going down was the interns. It's true, the Democrats are in free fall. Not a graceful dive either, but more like bird hitting your windshield at 70 miles per hour. This time, it's more than just a bad run. It feels like a historical shift. The party as you once knew it is no more. It's as dead as a school of plankton swimming near Joy Behar's mouth. You know, it reminds me of the Berlin Wall in 1989. More than a wall cracked, an entire movement did. And once that wall fell, it took socialism and communism with it. It feels that way now. Ken Martin, chair of the DNC, says that the Dems must show voters that they are the party of laws and border security. In other words, he just said, we have to show voters that we're no longer Democrats, which is like the mafia saying we will not lend money at extremely high interest rates. Because sadly for Ken, the Dems still haven't changed. They still push grievance, socialism, violence, and theft. But it's not just the messaging, it's the results. Homelessness, crime, migrant violence, an economy designed to preserve bureaucracy. I mean, how can you raise $100 million for the LA fires and not manage to build one house? Meanwhile, students in blue city schools are so dumb, even Leo DiCaprio won't date them. The NEA handbook actually says that educators must acknowledge white supremacy culture as a primary root cause of institutional racism and white privilege. Imagine sending your kid into that communist factory. You'd be better off leaving them with Charlie Sheen. Meanwhile, you have cities that look like The Walking Dead, ICE officers fighting for their lives, and recidivist criminals given more rights than their victims. The Democrat Party is a dictatorship within a republic, separated from the rest of us and bent on self-preservation. But perhaps no more. Do the Dems think they can actually recover from stuff like this? There's a better chance Ozzy Osbourne will be touring next year. Oh, he loves us. Give Trump his due. Despite endless legal warfare, a media hit squad, bogus indictments, and metal whizzing through his ear like he was at a piercing pagoda, he never backed down. Apparently, it helps to have a president who lives in the real world, who could bring investment into the country instead of MS-13 gangsters. And his results? The latest Wall Street Journal poll has the GOP steadily rising while the Dems plummet. Voters trust Trump's Republican Party more on immigration, the economy, foreign policy. To put it politely, Trump is curb stomping these know-nothing bitches. Help. Even dried-up lefties are saying the country is moving toward Trump.
To be honest with you, the country is moving towards Trump. I mean, these polls that come out and show him not doing well, I don't buy that. I think his strength is still greater than the Democratic strength. He is a stronger public figure than the Democratic people. I mean, Obama still has tremendous charisma, but Trump has strength. And I think that's what all voters look for. But they wanted a president who is a strong figure. And he's got it.
Do all these old guys do their podcasts sitting on the toilet? Straining, anguished faces, hunched over. I mean, that's just like, I don't know. But when Chris is giving up on you, you're in trouble. I mean, that's like Hillary Clinton boycotting rope. I don't even get that joke. So what's left for today's Dems? Well, they and their buddies in the media have spent so long building themselves a fortress of fantasy, where crime is compassion, men are women, borders are optional, and dementia is considered mentally sharp. But when your whole enterprise gets exposed, it may not be possible to survive. You know, there was a point when the USSR saw that the jig was up, a realization set off by the Berlin Wall falling. Biden was that wall for the Dems, an artifice erected to keep us apart, but revealed to be no longer functioning. And once the cover-up of his incapacity was exposed, the wall came down. The Dems quickly grabbed another candidate, but it felt like just another wall, or one as dumb as one. Now, the party may continue down this road, but they can only persuade the dumb and uninformed because everyone else is leaving. It's like when the wall fell, humanity only fled one way. No one flees back into a sinking ship, especially when sinking is exactly what it deserves. Let's welcome tonight's guest. Police uses comedy to clear homeless encampments. Comedian Joe Mackey. She knows talking points like I know arthritic joints. Republican strategist Aaron McGuire. He looks like the airline pilot who stole your wife. Fox News at Night host Trace Gallagher. She goes by a single name because it saves time signing restraining orders. Host of Kennedy Saves the World podcast, Kennedy. Joe, you've hit rock bottom many times, and you'll probably hit rock bottom again. Do you see the Democrats in this current state as hitting another rock bottom, or is this the final rock bottom? No coming back?
I actually think there is more hope for the Democrats than these polls let on. I don't believe the world is as polarizing as it shows in these, is not polarizing as it shows in these polls, because the country is pretty evenly divided, and the Democrats have one advantage. Sure, they're on the wrong side of a lot of 80-20 issues, but they have a dedicated group of nut jobs that believe in what they are espousing in these 80-20 issues. And there's two types of swing voters, according to pollster Richard Barris, and especially in a midterm where Trump's not on the ballot. There's the people who are persuadable, that small bit of America that's still persuadable, and there's the people who are going to vote or not vote. And voter propensity has been leaning towards the Democrats. Like after Trump's coalition has expanded to these working class people, they have a lower propensity to vote, and the Democrats have these more passionate nut jobs that might show up. So what I don't want the Republicans to do is spike the football before you've hit a home run.
That's a good point.
A lot of words to get to that line. It's like a 3-hour drive to 30 minutes at the beach. Aaron, we're used to the cyclical nature of politics. Everybody thinks it's over, that it comes back. I don't know why this feels different to me. Is it just wishful thinking on my part?
No, because Democrats do have a major issue, but they still haven't figured out what the problem is yet. You saw Senator Mark Kelly on Sunday television this weekend saying Democrats have a messaging problem. You hear Ken Martin, DNC chair, saying they have a brand problem. No, they have a moral rot problem. The Democrat Party base now is what you see in Zoran Mamdani. These are their voters, these socialist radical leftists. And Democrats think, oh, no, we're just not getting the support we need. The American people don't understand. No, the American people do understand. That's the difference. They understand, and they're rejecting Democrats out of hand because they've seen what happens. The homelessness on the streets, the drug addicts wandering around, the crime being supported, an open southern border, and they said they've had enough. The reason it feels different is because it is different, because Trump has changed, to Joe's point, the electoral map here on what voters do and how they behave. But as long as Democrats never figure out that the American people aren't buying it, because Democrats live in their own echo chamber with the media. They keep hearing they're right on these 80-20 issues. We're on the 20 side and not the 80 side. They keep hearing it. Until they figure it out, they will have this existential crisis and be driven further to the left, only alienating voters going into this midterm.
Interesting. Trace, like me, you're an incredibly handsome man who reads a lot of history.
Right.
Do you feel that I am making a fair analogy to the fall of the wall, or am I overdoing it?
I think it's fair. I think really when you see Chris Matthews literally get a tingle up his leg for Donald Trump,
Yes.
it is an astounding show that the Democratic Party is falling and falling very fast, even if he was on the John at the time.
Yes.
It seems to me like the Democratic Party has bought in totally, hook, line, and sinker to what's happening on social media. I mean, they buy into social media and they try to get themselves viral moments on social media. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez made the argument this weekend that we need these way progressive voters because they are the most enthusiastic voters. They're poison. And everybody realizes that except for those on the far left, the Mamdanis who are killing the party. I mean, you pointed out at the top of the show that 33% favorability for Democrats. When you get down to very favorable opinion of Democrats, it's at 8%. That's anemia. That is the definition of anemia, and Democrats cannot get out of their own way, and there's no leadership to take them to a better route.
That's even lower than friends and family.
Right. Right.
You know, Kennedy, our show's often criticized for being too poop-centric. But then, what am I going to do when they send me videos of guys on their toilet seats talking? Charlie Rose
Actually, right.
punching one out. Chris Matthews pinching one. It's disgusting.
I mean, Greg, what else do they expect? You were discovered in a bathhouse. You write your show next to the Joes at the urinal.
Yeah, that is true.
You squeak out your monologue during your morning constitution. That's what you mean when you say you're a constitutionalist. People think that you're somehow a judicial originalist. You're just talking about having a great crap. But you're absolutely right about Chris Matthews. It is so disconcerting. And it's like, we've lived in the Zoom era for 5 years now.
Yes.
And I understand some of these Centrum Silver gummers.
Yeah.
You know, it's really hard for them to internalize some of the messaging. But Chris, for God's sake, if you're squeaking one out, listen to Tom Ford. Put the computer on a box, put a lamp next to you, so at least we have a better angle of your rosacea.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been that guy before. Sitting there. 10 minutes left in lunch hour. What do you do?
Didn't he tap his foot under the stall at the Minneapolis airport, and that's how you met?
Do I want to ask you an opinion of this topic, or should we just move on?
Hell, it's your show.
Okay. Not for long.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.